Hey y'all, welcome to Horrible Gaming. My name is Nora, and on today's video we are doing 2 ways to decorate Mushu and Mulan's home. As we get started today, I did want to mention that there is currently a bug with the premium shop items and the star path. I cannot order multiples of these. I will still be using these items in my builds, but they won't be as decorated since we don't have the option to order more. So for the first build idea, we're going to go more simple and structured with it. So I chose to do a pond centerpiece, and then I'm going to frame it in with some bamboo fencing. I'm going to stick to a fall tone color palette, not only because it complements Sunlit Plateau nicely, but also really blends well with their house color scheme. I thought that this first idea would be a little bit more of a different approach than a lot of people are doing, because we're all going to be doing sakura themed builds for her house, but I did want to offer something a little bit more unique in case you want to use her in your plateau. Anyways, I'm going to work more on the layout, do some decorating, and I'll see you when we do the final walkthrough of how this build turned out today. After all my final details, here's how our first build idea turned out for today's video. I really like that this build doesn't take a lot towards your item limit, so if you're struggling, even if you're on a higher performing platform, I hope that this brought you some ideas and inspiration on what you could do for her house that doesn't use a ton of items. The second idea for today's video could also work for the Nintendo Switch, but you will need to remove a lot of the clutter and greenery that I used throughout the build. So for the next build idea, this is going to be geared towards the higher running platforms, and it's going to be a sakura theme. But I did want to mention that this would work nice in the Sunlit Plateau too if you want to go with the fall color palette that we were doing with the first build idea. This next idea is going to be more of a Zen Garden approach, and I'm also building on the Eternity Isle DLC. Even though I cannot order multiple items yet from the Star Path or Premium shop, I'm still going to blend in some of the items in today's build. So my plan today is to do a tea sitting area on the right side near the river, and then we're going to do a training spot for Mulan on the left side. So I'm going to work on the layout, do some decorating, and then I'll see you towards the end of this video when we do the final walkthrough. I also wanted to mention real fast that the pathway that I do around the Zen garden does need a few adjustments through the first couple of minutes of the video. So if you're recreating this, wait until we finish lining up the planks completely, just because they were not perfectly aligned in front of the entrance of her house. I had like this awkward gap, but I ended up fixing it later in the footage. After all my final details, here's how the last build idea for today's speed build turned out. This one was so much fun to create, but I'm looking forward to being able to order more of the Star Path and Premium Shop items. I thought decorating by the Zen Garden item in the center with the stone dragon pieces was a great addition to the build, and you can get this from progressing Mushu'S friendship quests. As always, I hope that today's video brought you some inspiration, and before today's video ends, I do want to give a huge shout out to all of my channel members. Thank you so much for supporting me as a creator. Just your support in general means the world to me. Thanks again for watching, and have a horrible day. I'll see you next video.